Welcome to the Emo Social Club, broadcasting to you live from emosocialclub.tv. I am Brian.
And I'm Lizzie, and we're here this evening, but then the next day with our new friends from down under, Between You and Me. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Lovely to be here.
Claps all around. Why don't you let us know your name, what you do in the band, and as we decided before the recording began, how many rounds could you go with a kangaroo? You're in
like fighting the kangaroo.
You got. Have you guys seen the original Spider-Man movie with Bonesaw when he like goes into the ring and it's
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready. So Bonesaw is the kangaroo. I got you for 3 minutes. You got a kangaroo for 3 minutes. What are you doing?
You're crazy. I'm Bassie. I play bass in Between You and Me.
Nice, and I'm JT, and I sing because I'm the hottest person in between you and me. Oh, and also I would go a good 5 minutes with the kangaroo.
Okay.
Before he had his way with me.
Okay.
I'd go one, I reckon. 1 minute. Half a round.
Half a round.
Depends if the kangaroo is alive or dead. If it's just the supermarket kangaroo, then I can go.
Oh my God.
Go all day.
Well, then clearly you win.
What if like
you clearly win in that sense?
I would get two fillets of kangaroo and beat the kangaroo with its own flesh.
Yeah. What if you ran around the kangaroo like a lot? Like would the kangaroo like chase you, or would it just like stand there kind of watching, getting ready?
It has to hop around, so it'll take it's turning,
oh yeah.
Like his
not
agility,
a zero turn
he would
kangaroo.
have horrible agility, so I reckon I got him on agility, but like
You reckon you've got a kangaroo on agility?
Yeah, well, he kind of has to hop around. Oh yeah, sorry, I could drop a C-bomb on here, can't I? Is that okay?
Oh yeah. You're Australian, you got to allow it.
Fucking cunt has to jump around. I got 2 legs, I could go whatever way I want. I got him in the jaw. I'll run around him a couple times, bang, jaw dead.
You're gonna be ready to actually like beat up a whole kangaroo next time you see one. You're
and
like,
then
you know what?
suffocate
I
him.
have to do it legally.
And then I'll pull out those 2 fillets and shove them down his throat.
Yeah. Like I feel like just being there, you have to be prepared. Like you just have to be ready in
you
case.
When you're on a cooler with kangaroo meat, you're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm always ready just in case.
Super prepared. Like I feel like we are whenever we're at a park here, the geese are like really dangerous because they
they're violent. They're ready to murder you.
They will fuck you up for no excuse.
They're like punch on for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like those bin chickens. What's that bird?
Ibis.
Ibis. You guys have seen ibises?
Yes. I followed a Facebook group that was very aggressive against ibises.
I'm sure then you would have seen the video, the song that they made about ibises.
Yep.
The bin chicken song. Oh,
bin chicken.
So
Yeah. I was like,
I don't ibises
a
are fine.
Part of this.
Have you been around a plover, Bassie?
Yeah, plovers are bad.
Those cunts will actually just fuck you up. They'll chase you.
And like magpies as well, they just actually try and swoop and take your eyes out.
Oh my God.
There's like a season here in Australia. It's like magpie swooping season. It's like early spring. And like all the magpies are having babies or whatever, and they have them because we have power poles, wooden power poles. They build their nest in them. So if you're running or riding your bike, they'll think you're attacking their nest, and they'll just come down and swoop you.
Oh my God!
Jesus, like you always joke about how like Australia has just a bunch of shit that's trying to kill you, and you're not. You're just like offering it. Like it's just like yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. It's funny because
didn't even get into the spiders yet.
Yeah, we have like deadly animals, but it's probably way more rare that like a spider or a snake will kill you. But a magpie, who's like not a deadly creature at all, will just fucking rip your eyes out.
So it's literally like the movie Birds, like IRL
every single day.
It's actually like that's where they got Angry Birds game from. Australian wildlife.
Someone went down there and you're like, you know what? Yeah,
got an idea.
Yeah.
What if we tossed birds around with a slingshot?
It's what we wish we could do here.
Someone from Finland comes back and they're like, I have a great idea.
Finlandia.
We're going to throw birds at pigs. Millions of dollars. I don't know how to do a Finnish accent.
Oh, no. I was going to say, that sounds a little Russian.
They are next door, okay? Like, it's right there.
Okay.
There's probably some people that are like, you know, back and forth in their accent. We have you on to talk about music, and I'm sure we'll talk about other stuff too.
It's really wild that we actually want to talk to you about one, your new album and your new single. all at once, aside from the things that might kill you down under. So
I guess we can kind of jump off that to like it appears that all of your new music is very focused on the climate, the world in general, the everything good that's happening, just how the world is feeling good, feeling great, feeling fine, and fancy free. Do you want to go into that? Are you just trying to get back at all of these birds that are trying to murder everybody there, or
it's actually just about the wildlife that's trying to kill you in Australia? And then we say it's like about girlfriends and about climate, but really it's the fucking magpies just and the bin chickens. That's what it's about.
Metaphor?
Like when there's something bad happening and the animals start going crazy first before we realize.
Ants, brother.
Yeah.
I think like topically, when we started writing the record, Armageddon was the first song that got written, and that was written when Famous was, so that was like years ago.
2017 or something, 18.
And we didn't release it because we're like, we'll just maybe use that for record too.
Yeah.
And then everything started going downhill. And we're like, I just found myself writing about, I don't know, things that I kind of had no idea about. But I decided to preach about it.
It's like it's basically about like everyday life, and now currently everyday life is like the worst we've ever lived through. So it's just what we're seeing around us, really. It's not like we're coming out as like prophets about the future or whatever. It's just like, well, this is fucking happening right now, so let's just sing about that.
But also, it was written before the pandemic. But
so maybe we are prophets. Is that what you're saying? Maybe
so we are prophets, really.
This is actually how we started Between You and Me cult. Now, are you going to go the Jared Leto route, or are you going to go the traditional route?
I'll go whatever gets us the most money and makes us the biggest band.
Okay.
Whether that's Jared Leto or
that sounds
whoever.
We're just going to get an island, a reserve, and just bring all our fans to the reserve.
I don't mean
they can only listen to Between You and Me music.
You're on an island.
The initiation is to go for 3 minutes with a kangaroo and see if you still live. Otherwise, you cannot join the Between You.
It's the other kind of Jared Leto cult where it's him in Fight Club, and then he has to go around with Ed Norton, who is a kangaroo in this case.
It's Rex from Tekken. That's who he got.
Yeah. Yes, it is. God damn. I am already loving this interview so fucking much because I'm like, every single fucking reference is making absolute sense to me. It's going great.
There we go.
He's dying on stream.
I'm sorry.
I think we're gonna have to title this episode Between You and Me predict COVID ?
Clickbait.
Clickbait. I want
so
all
clickbaiting COVID.
Yeah, it was funny because when we went over, like before it all happened, we were going over to a US tour in like February, and we got on the plane and people were wearing masks, and we were just like, I think you bought me a mask, JT, and then by the time we landed in Hong Kong, I was just like, fuck this, I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing this for the flight.
A true anti-vax fashion.
And then when we were flying home in the middle of March, everybody on the plane was wearing like a full suit, like full cotton,
like the hazmat one.
Yeah, like a hazmat. Yeah.
And then me and JT were just walking in their shorts and t-shirt to the airport, no mask, no nothing, just on the plane laughing away.
That was crazy. It still seemed like, I mean, this is not the COVID podcast, but yeah, it was bizarre. That's when we were like, fuck, how are we even going to record this second record? But then we ended up with a way better record than we had to begin with anyway.
So thanks, COVID.
Thanks, COVID. You in the chat?
Yeah.
F's in the chat.
COVID in the chat. Now we're about to get hella demonetized.
Is this why it's your upcoming album that's out just next week? Why is it labeled Armageddon? Or is it just because we're talking about like those weird robo dogs? Because we're like, yes, this is Armageddon status.
Pretty much. I guess it came after the song. Like once JT had finished the song, like I remember writing it and I was like send it to JT and he sent it back all the lyrics like in a day. And we're just like, well, I guess the next record's probably going to be called Armageddon because this song's so epic.
That's what it was called. Yeah, we knew I at least knew that I wanted the record to be called Armageddon from when it was written. So it's just kind of built off that really. And I like having.
We didn't go into like with a specific mindset, like to make like a thematic record. It just happened. Really.
Yeah. I like also the last record. the title track is the last one as well. I think that's a cool theme that we've mistakenly, or not mistakenly, but without realizing, we've kind of ran with it, and I want to keep that going now.
It's like the last track on the record's like this opus that we try and write. We try and write this cool composition, music, like where everything else is just like a rock song, but we put like a little bit of effort into the last one, make it like a fucking huge song, and then we're like, good way to make it wank over ourselves.
It's interesting to call it Armageddon and like talk about all these like heavy topics, because all the songs I've heard so far are like really happy sounding. Like, I guess that's, emo pop punk sort of vibe is like, we're going to make really sad shit sound as happy as possible. Everybody's going to be jumping up and down as the world collapses, I guess.
It's like, what if we're going to die, why not go out on a high? At least feel high.
That's the, like, I think kind of not intended, but I think a lot of Biam's energy is like sarcastic,
self-deprecating,
kind of. Yeah, I think there's another word I'm looking for, but like, in the first track, for example, of the record, it is like the same thematically, but it's more of a type thing. It's like, well, what can we do about it?
It's a very Australian attitude, really.
Yeah, just
think about it. It's like, it is what it is. If it's going to turn to shit, it's going to turn to shit. What can you do about it? You may as well just enjoy yourself. I mean, like, you can try and help the situation, but like, you as an individual, you might not do everything that is going to help change the world. So you either try or you just go, meh.
I guess I'll go with it. It's cool. It's fine.
I guess, like, I mean, that's kind of like our youth generation now. I say that as an old, but the youth generation now. I'm 34, so I'm part of the problem. I know. It's over. It's
over. I'll come for you. I'm 31, so.
All right, good. Okay.
That was like the most
fuck, bro.
reaction.
I'm the grandpa in the band.
Granted, when he said that last week with our other friends of Better Love, because Better Love and I are all closer in age range, because I'm like 26, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is awkward now."
Yeah, how do we talk to you?
Why'd you do that?
How do we talk to you? You're older than us.
Dad. It's all right. Age just shows how much wisdom you have. Really, you're still young at heart the whole time.
Yeah, and
every morning I wake up, I feel like I'm fucking 17, and then when I'm like hanging out with younger people, I'm like, oh god, I'm so old.
Yeah,
but I'm still a dickhead, so it's okay.
Well, it feels like people around like our generations are very like. There was this sort of like call to action where it's like, we have to do something. We have to go to our politicians. We have to go to everybody. We have to start these groups. We have to get collective action. And I think so many more of us in this generation is just like, dude, fuck it. Like, I can't do anything. It's not about me doing
everything's
something.
Fucking rigged.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, what are we gonna we're gonna solve it on this podcast. We are going to solve every problem on this podcast. Everybody get a notebook, take notes.
Everyone, we're gonna start with the easiest, and then we're gonna go to the hardest.
Yeah,
kangaroo meat. Inbred kangaroos. How do we
get
fix
rid of
it,
money?
guys?
I gotta go. I'm going in. Get rid of money, and everyone's equal. There you go. Fuck, we're done.
Free kangaroo meat.
If only it was that simple.
Yeah.
Only. But then they're gonna be like, but Bitcoin. We're gonna be like, no money. Or say Bitcoin, and they're just gonna keep like marching in.
Oh no crypto talk. Oh,
I have crypto. Would you like to see my crypto?
You know what's crazy? I saw that like Burger King in like their Burger King app has like, oh, you can like buy back with crypto or get rewarded with crypto. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just want a Whopper.
Burger King, what? Like 0.0000000.
Yeah, I was like, this is the randomest thing that I have ever seen for a fast food restaurant. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, everyone's catching in on it now.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember that early story of like this dude? I read it on Reddit ages ago, like when Bitcoin was first coming up, and this guy bought like a Pizza Hut from like he bought like Pizza Hut delivered to his house for like 13 Bitcoin.
13 Bitcoin. What's
like,
that now?
Back in the day, that's
I'd be like
800, like nearly $1 million.
yeah.
That is insane.
That better be a good pizza.
That better be the best freaking Pizza Hut pizza you've ever eaten in your goddamn life.
It was definitely a pepperoni with pineapple with cheesy crust.
Oh, God.
That's exactly what he got.
The most Wagyu ever.
You had that exact amount down to $831,000. So yeah, that's
Math.
That's not $1 million. Don't give him too much credit.
yeah. Oh, I didn't spend
I
$1
did
million
800
on a
first,
Pizza Hut.
bro. Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
150,000 for the tip.
Yeah.
Surely you could buy a Pizza Hut in like one country for $1 million.
I mean, you can
Probably.
I'm pretty
There's
sure,
always those people that are like, oh, you can have this pizza for like $300 for a slice, and it has like real gold on. It's like, then why am I going to eat it? Why would I eat the real gold?
So you can shoot
don't
out
know
real
that-
gold.
yeah. That's like the only point. Usually they do that as like a fundraiser. They're like, we'll have like gold foil on top of an ice cream just to make it more expensive. But if you buy it, that money goes towards a cause. Usually
Yeah.
the restaurant, I guess.
That's sort of an awesome like idea to get gold. You just take all the gold flake off all the expensive stuff for the restaurants and resell it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Making
No,
money.
because no one eats the gold flake.
But then you have to order it and pay for it.
Yeah.
No, I mean you just like go around to like
Well, you just go when people leave half their meal behind, you just walk in every 10 minutes.
and they leave the flake because who wants to eat the flake? Do you reckon that's what like
So this is actually what the album's about. It's about how we're going to steal gold.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what they do at
sticking it to
Sovereign
the
Hill.
rich.
Yeah.
You know, when you're panning for gold, they just put gold, they crush gold flake at the top and
Yeah.
Oh
watch
my
us fucking losers pan for it. Oh, way off course. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, this is
No,
that's
we
the
love
course
it.
we're on. Look, we're on the course we're on, and that's all that matters. That's what we're
Very
talking about.
philosophical of you.
It's basically like taxing the rich is going in and getting their gold flakes that they left on their plate.
Oh god.
Well, that was our
All
chat
right,
about
maybe-
environmental
I was about to
sustainability.
say-
I don't know if we solved the issue.
I don't know
I
if
think
we
it's
solved
good.
anything, but we had a good brainstorm session.
Yeah.
I think it was really good.
We've covered crypto and kangas.
Yeah.
That's it.
When you go on your Australian tour in the new year, is this how you're going to open up the set? You're going to be like, "Hey guys, what's the one issue we have to solve in the next 2
I've been
minutes?"
saying this for
between
ages.
songs?"
Me and Bassie need to do stand up to open our set. I just want a half hour set with Bass and we just talk shit, throw out all the bad jokes. So then when we play, they're all warmed up and we just
See, this
fire
is
out the good ones.
very similar wavelength of what I was thinking. Is like we get someone who's not a comedian to come on tour, and they try and be a comedian, so they're really shit, and everyone gets really angry. And then by the time we come on, everyone really wants to see us play because the person behind us before us was so shit that
I
they
vote
really love
Gravino.
us. They love our set. Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my god!
So you set
They're
it
just
up
like,
to have a
"Fuck, get
ringer.
off the stage. Where's between you and me?" And then we come out, and everyone's like, "Yes!" And
Everyone's
that's
roaring.
Oh yes, we have entertainment now.
That's a good idea.
It's
It's that to the boys.
Yeah, for sure. So if you come to the Australian tour and you heard on here, this is where you heard it first. We're probably going to have a comedian now.
Actually, no opening bands, comedians only, but only shitty comedians.
Yeah.
I
We're
reckon
gonna
that's
open
actually
mic
really
night.
fun.
We're going to open mic night the night before and get like whoever does their first ever night.
No, you go to the open mic. That's also the improv night.
Oh.
That's where you do it.
It makes me so upset.
But could you imagine telling like your manager, be like, "Hey, axe the openers. We're gonna do this instead," and you have to put it out. You have to legitimately suck at doing this, and you have to do this every night. And people
Or it's
know
all
you
of
this.
suck.
What about if it's all of us? We take one like 10 minutes each. The 5 of us go up
Yeah.
on stage and
I
try
reckon,
to do
regardless of who we have for supports, we should just like allocate like 10 minutes in like
Yeah.
have the supports, but then 10 minutes before we go on, it's a shitty comedian.
something. Yeah, I'm 100% down.
Shitty
do
local comedian, and you're like, "Hey,
Yes.
come on."
But like while they're doing their set, we're actually just setting up behind them.
Instead of like having like
Check,
changeover
Jamie's
music.
just like, "Can I get kick drum?" And then Jamie's like, "Dude, this guy's trying to tell a joke." He's like, "So I went to,
I was on the
can you shut
subway
up?"
the other day.
This has to happen. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I can't believe we haven't thought about
I'm
this.
100% down.
Oh,
I remember there was Every Time I Die, the singer did like stand up at another club, and it was not good. And he knows it's not good. He's doing like the worst jokes, and it's like that's basically like how you get set up. Like to everything I do is better than what I just did here.
Yeah.
But let me make sure everyone sees it so they know that like, well, he's a good singer, writer, performer. That's maybe not as
Just
bad.
hasn't found
but
his path.
yeah,
on
you
the
know,
other side, yeah.
you know, it's worth a shot.
That's why I like playing shows, because I always wanted to be a comedian when I was younger, and just like that seems way harder than being a musician. So we get to tick both boxes at the same time.
Now, did you ever take an improv class to be a comedian?
There is a right
I
or
used to
wrong
do like
answer to that.
theater sports in high school. Theater sports
That's
is like
fair.
like improv, group improv or whatever.
Oh
We
yeah.
always,
play
like-
without the ball.
I remember one time my friends like I'm always like the clown, like making fun of myself in front of my friends. And one time in this old band I was in, they got me up at like a band practice. It was just us, and they just forced me to do like a stand up thing, and it was the most awkward thing I've ever done in my fucking life. Because I'm like purposefully trying to make them laugh, but where all my other jokes are just like off the cuff. When you're in a group, it's just like a quick comment here or there.
Yeah.
Is what makes you funny. But
I
like
don't have
being
10
a
setup
comedian-
jokes.
being a comedian, it would be so much harder. You have nothing to hide behind except your joke.
Yeah.
That's all you have.
It's not like y'all are like going up like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and you're like, all right, this is it. I can rip on my shitty husband and just go off on it.
I always
Exactly.
wonder like how much like they go, oh, I walked down the street the other day, like those type of jokes. I'm like, they either have an imagination or they're just constantly walking into these random places just so
Yeah.
something fucked happens to them.
Just
It's
imagine
like,
your
are
life.
you
You
thinking it out
constantly
now
walking.
at this point? I would be so concerned. I'd be like,
It
yo,
comes
why
to,
are
like-
you?
It comes to Friday and he's like, fuck, nothing interesting has happened to me all week.
Just like,
I gotta go outside.
I
I
have
gotta
to
get out
find
of this.
something. I have to go to the wrong side of town and see what happens. Maybe I have to be the agitator.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Just
advocate
start
for some
starting shit
bits.
just for a bit. Yeah.
I should ask my amateur comedian friends, be like, hey, what do you do other than self-deprecate yourself? Because I don't know what else you
That's-
do beyond that.
That's what you do. I'm assuming.
You just see them like on a Wednesday. They're like just walking around like different coffee shops. They're just like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just looking for content, bro.
Hey, what's going on? Don't talk to me right now.
Harvesting content.
I think, listen, I feel like that's a generally accepted like excuse nowadays. Like if you go around and you're like taking a selfie, or if you're doing whatever, and you're like,
I'm
oh, don't worry, it's
harvesting
Sorry, bro,
for
just
the
harvesting.
content, bro. It's harvesting the content,
I'm
bro.
harvesting
don't worry
I'm
content.
Don't worry
mining.
about
I'm
it.
mining for
I'm
content.
mining content.
Oh my god, can you believe that guy's over there taking a selfie? I'm mining for
mining
content,
content.
thank you. I'm harvesting. Like somebody would not fuck with you if you said that. Like anybody who's like,
They would
That
be
guy's kind
so
of an
thrown off. They'd be
asshole.
like, what?
Harvesting.
yeah, they'd be like, oh shit, that dude's harvesting. Don't bother him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the idiot for asking the question.
Be like, this isn't just a normal influencer. They're serious.
Yeah.
He
They
is a
know what they're
harvester.
doing.
Yeah. He's not even gonna post that shit. He's just gonna harvest it and hold on to it. He's just gonna keep that in his phone.
Speaking
his
of
phone
comedy,
is overflowing.
I just thought then, I was watching Seinfeld the other day, and you know how it cuts between, you know, the sitcom and his stand-up.
Mhm.
He is the least funny stand-up comedian I think I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
I can
Some of
agree
his
with that.
jokes, like the setup is shit, the punchline is shit. It goes for so long. How did he get so big?
I would love to. It's just like the comedy of the time, though. It's
Mhm.
just like observational comedy.
Yeah, because like
Right.
that
And
was like
also-
the dry comedy of the
Mhm.
time.
And also
right?
like laugh tracks as well. You imagine watching it without laugh tracks?
Yep.
It'd be.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be even funnier watching it without laugh tracks.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be so dry
So cringe, so hard to watch.
and like just such bad like endings. It's like
Kramer
oh.
walks in, he busts into the room like with his
Yeah.
weird self, and then no one laughs. It's just like,
It's just
No
like,
one
hey,
laughs,
what,
no
what,
one
what was the
cheers.
setup for?
And he does it for like 9 years. You watch
Yeah.
it.
Like, oh fuck.
shit. I might get back into Seinfeld. To be
I love
honest.
Seinfeld though. It's like one of my favorite shows.
Such a comfort show.
It's so dumb.
It's just
Yeah.
like
I-
so many of those
It's like
shows
the
that are
worst
just on in the
personalities of
background.
people.
Signals,
Jerry,
Jerry,
the
the signals.
It's much better though than you being like, I have to watch Friends. Like I never got that, and like my sister watched it, and I just couldn't become that Friends person.
What?
Yeah.
I am
Jake
the
loves
Friends
Friends.
guy. I
Oh
am
my
the
God.
Friends
Man.
guy. Yeah.
I like both. I think I like Seinfeld more.
Okay.
I grew up on Friends. My personality was shaped around those six.
Oh my god.
I mean, you always
you the
wanted to be
one
either
wearing the-
Chandler or Joey.
Everyone wants to be Chandler.
I don't know what
yeah.
this
Oh,
means.
do they?
I think
Chandler or Joey?
I have been
sure.
told by multiple people
Oh,
that
no.
I'm like, I'm definitely a Chandler. And they're like, you wish you were a fucking Chandler. And I'm like, first of
Oh.
all, I shouldn't be wishing that on anyone or myself. It's not like Chandler is like the hero of the day. Nobody's
Chandler's
like,
a G.
He's like the guy. He's like the guy who has the best job out of his the best paying job out of his friends. Has to look after one of his best friends and never gets girls.
yeah. And it's just like an asshole
Ryan,
to everybody.
I don't know. I think I
He's
mean
kind
I
of
guess
an
1
asshole.
out of 3 ain't bad, but I don't know, but bestie.
I'm a 1 out of 3. I'm a
Oh,
1 out of
I
3
like-
on that.
I think that's where I got my like, you know, when you're in an awkward situation and then you're the only person to tell a joke.
Yeah,
I think I got that from Chandler.
His
Yeah.
little jokes right at the end are the best. Like,
Yeah.
when you go, go on YouTube and watch all like the stuff that was improv by him, and so it makes the show so much more funnier.
It's
Like, don't get me started about Friends. I'll rattle on
no.
for hours.
The next album's actually just going to be a Friends album.
Oh, dedicated to friends.
yeah. Hey, no one told you it was going to be this way.
10 times. 10
It's
different
gonna be
genres.
called.
That's all.
It's just gonna
Oh
be
my
called
God, there's
Central
a
Park
Friends
and you'll
quote.
it.
In one of our new songs.
No shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
We were on a break?
drop
in
it.
Better Days. There's
what
like I'm referencing the Friends theme song. It's not my year. I'm stuck in this gear or something like that. I literally pulled lines right out of that song. I'm like,
Yeah. Hell
no one
yeah.
will know, but I just revealed it now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good as little nugget in
Everybody
there
go,
for everyone.
everybody's gonna have to go listen to it and be like, where is it? Where?
Yeah,
Where is
go
it?
pre-order it so you can hear that part before anyone
Yeah.
else does.
Yeah, we'll drop the date here again. It's November 19th, so next Friday. This will be out on Monday, so it'll be next Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday, upcoming.
yeah.
And your single comes
Hell
out on the
yeah.
17th. Go to hell. Yeah. Now we
And
just
you're
said
also,
hell yeah.
Yes.
and that also features Michaela Delgado of yours truly, which has been kind of featured in a lot of people's music, like at least last few years. So it's cool to kind of like see her keep on with everybody.
Yeah, she's
She's
like
just a legend.
she's an absolute boss, and probably like one of the bigger up and comers in Australian music too. So I can say why everyone wants to harness her power, you know, for their own personal gain.
I'm just stoked
Harvesting
that
power.
like that. You guys are kind of close, and we've known about it for a long time, and like hung out with her around music, and that she's just always been happy to hang out with our band and loved our band, and we loved her band.
Yeah,
So
so we
they
took them
get-
out on tour like twice in 1 year.
Yeah, in like 3 months, we went out on the road twice.
I remember that, like, because we did it for the I don't know the Dakota single or whatever, and then we're
like,
looking for supports for the next one. Like, why don't we just bring them again? That was fun. We only really want to tour with people that can just have beers and have a laugh. So
Yeah.
if that means touring with the same couple bands, I don't care.
yeah.
I mean, hey, it just means you guys are besties, and that's all you need, because then you don't have to deal with somebody's
Thank you.
new, possibly bad attitude.
Sorry, I just got some snacks.
I love it. Was it given to you by the 3-year-old who hates your gift?
It's a tall 3-year-old.
Unfortunately, not.
Meet you, Michael.
It's your fucking snacks.
He would have run the skateboard in actually and just heated it back
Yeah.
at you, been like, I don't like this. Where's the scissors?
I think I missed that story, but did you buy him a skateboard, Bess?
Yeah.
Right.
We,
Doesn't
like
want
it.
what happened? I went to Kmart the other day to buy some decorations for his cake, and I was like, I don't know what to get him for his birthday. He's fucking 3 years old. He's not even going to fucking care. And then I saw his like little skateboard. I was like, done. Buy that.
Get him a crypto wallet, mate. So
Yeah, get him ready set up. It's better than the college tuition. Just be
Yeah.
like,
taken
here's some
care of.
crypto, baby. I
You
don't
don't
know
need
what
to
you're
go
gonna
uni.
do with it.
Yeah.
I went to uni and dropped out.
son,
Like, who
I
cares?
bought you one crypto coin.
One
Save it.
whole crypto, you're set.
In a
Got you a
couple of
Doge.
years,
Got
this
you a
might be a
Doge
couple
coin.
of bucks. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually not a bad
Beg my
investment if you
pardon.
buy like some fucking little, like you buy like 10 different coins. One of them in 20 years is going to be popping. So
It's about diversifying your portfolio, hoping something
Oh
hits.
my god.
Whatever
Well,
Elon
actually,
Musk tweets, go for
Put-
that.
putting your eggs in as many baskets as
yes.
possible.
Yes.
Wow, I can't believe we turned
Sounds
into
like
a
Love
crypto
Island.
investment podcast.
Essentially,
real
yeah,
quick.
it's Love Island.
Has any of us actually know what done investment though is the real question? Because I don't know.
That's all I know. Eggs
Okay.
in
Bessie's the
Great.
investor here.
Yeah.
No, I don't invest. I just trade, baby. Well, I'm trying to learn how to trade so I can do it on
there you
tour and
go.
make money on tour. I don't want to real. I
Love
don't want
it.
like. I don't want a job like.
Didn't
that.
you have an interesting crypto story the other day, mate?
Uh-oh.
So me and the Doge one.
Yes.
Yeah. So last year, me and my friend bought Dogecoin in September for like, I think we bought like $600 worth of Dogecoin as a joke. 'Cause
What?
We're like, oh yeah, maybe this one will take off. And then around December, we were running a business and we had to pay back like this tax bill. So we withdrew our Dogecoin for like $8,000, which is cool. Put 600, and then like a month ago, it was worth like $80,000, and we're just like,
Oh, the pain.
It's a constant risk.
Oh
It's
no.
a horrifying risk.
but profit is profit, baby. At least we came out on top.
That's why I don't invest. I just invest at the pokies and just slap.
The slots.
The slots. Yeah, sorry guys. Is that called pokies over there?
No, they're called
Slots.
slots.
Pokies
Casinos.
because you poke it with your finger. Is that why it's called pokies?
Oh my God. I thought you were about to say it like Pokies, Pokemon, and I'm like, wow, that's really wild. That's
100%
completely different
thought
currency than
Pokemon.
what we had here.
I'm like, we talk about trading. I'm like, yo, where's the cards you got? You got that shiny, got that
You're getting turned
Charizard?
into Logan Paul, mate.
I actually
Bro.
love watching the
Yeah.
reactions of people opening cards on TikTok and just losing their minds. Like, oh my
They
God.
pull that one card and they're like,
Yeah.
And they quickly put it in the.
I had somebody.
snap it in half.
I had
You're
somebody
gonna have to
refer
tell
to
your
it.
fans. You're gonna have to tell your fans when they get your CDs or vinyl in the mail. Be like, guys, you have to do a react video, but you
Yeah.
have to like be like the most like outstanding react YouTube.
Like pulling the plastic off. Like,
Be like, everybody film a TikTok, tag us, let's see.
Oh no. They know exactly what they paid for too. They know what the vinyl looks like.
Oh yeah. Look, you know what you're getting. It's just fun to
Oh,
react
shit.
to it like you didn't have any idea. I had somebody refer to opening booster packs for Pokemon cards, ripping packs, and I was
I don't
like,
like that at all.
yeah,
I'm just ripping a couple packs.
I want to do it now,
Ripping a does.
only if it's called ripping packs. I don't want to do it if it's just like,
You want to come over to my house and we can open some Pokemon cards and
fuck,
see
you
what
can
we
make
get?
stacks by ripping packs.
What else could you
big
rip?
stacks, ripping packs.
What else would work saying I'm just going to rip a couple? All I can think of is bongs.
Rip
I
bones.
was about to say, yeah,
darts,
drugs.
like rip. You used to get,
Let's
like,
rip some drugs.
ripping
say
farts.
like, I'm gonna rip some cold ones with the boys if you want to like.
I don't know if that.
Let
If
it
you want to
rip.
combine a couple,
Crushing
I
cold
mean, like,
ones,
are you
maybe.
gonna like
Yeah.
take like something and be like, I'm gonna rip it off? No.
I'm gonna rip the lid
It's like
off. that.
Beyblade, let it rip. That's
Oh, yeah.
it. But do you have a
Rip
Beyblade?
and
No.
rip, baby.
Flip and
I'm going to
rip.
start saying that when I need a poo. I'm just going to go take a rip.
Well, I'll be
Yeah,
right
why
back.
is it,
I gotta
always,
go take
why
a
is it
rip.
called leaving a dump? Let's go there. Why is it called leaving a dump?
It's called taking a dump.
Oh, no, taking a dump.
Taking a
Taking
dump.
my bad.
But you're leaving it. That's
Yeah,
your.
don't. I mean, like, don't
That's
leave
the
it.
start of
like,
your
like,
stand-up
flush
bit.
it.
That's your
Yeah.
first joke on
You walk
stage.
up. Why do they call it leaving a dump? Oh, I mean taking a dump. Bye.
And then
Sorry,
Drummer's just
guys,
like hitting his
we're gonna
snare.
play
Like,
soon, don't worry.
Kung. Sounds
If we do it,
good.
that's going to be my opening joke. That's going to be my opening line for sure. If we do it.
My go-to is always a hemorrhoid joke.
Oh my god.
Some guy at
Live
work the other day was like,
No.
I was sitting on the concrete. This like neighbor, because we were using his forklift. He's like, mate, if you sit on the concrete, you're gonna get hemorrhoids. I'm like, way ahead of you, brother.
Lived
Finger
experience, baby.
Don't lecture me about hemorrhoids, you twit.
Bloody dipstick.
Oh my god. Just go around tomorrow and just be like, you fucking dipstick.
I
You
love it.
jinxed me.
That's
Now I've got heaps.
it. And now that's your entire comedy routine. Look at you. You got it done in like less than 5 minutes.
I've definitely reused that one a few times, but it's the shock value is there. You
Yeah.
know?
The hemorrhoid joke.
Is he going to talk about his hemorrhoids? Is he not?
Hemboy.
Spoiler, yes, he is.
Yes.
Hemboy instead of himbo, it's hemboy.
And boy,
Boy.
Hemboy, himbos actually all together.
it's like the
Does your
war-
light change colors? Sorry, that was a completely out of the blue.
This one?
I was having a look. Yeah, your one.
This one, oh yeah, it changes colors.
Yeah.
Look.
Show me some gamer settings.
I'm
Some
so
gamer settings.
you have no idea how gamer I can be.
Oh god.
It's something
gonna
that
go
I
purple, isn't
wanted
it? It's gonna
to
go
sound
purple.
a lot cooler. Where's my lighting?
I'm a
Thank
fucking
See, now he's
gamer.
having issue.
Yeah, is that on your stream deck? Are you changing it on the stream deck?
No, I'm doing it with my with the app because I haven't programmed it in my Stream Deck.
I can't play games for shit. Just letting you guys know.
Dude,
I
I'm
can't
not.
play games for shit either. So
I'm not good at
I
games.
was good at button mashing in Tekken 3, and that's about where I stopped.
I'm like a Sims 2 person. So that's like where I'm at with video games.
Yeah.
That's it.
Command and Conquer Red Alert. About that time, that's when I stopped.
Yes.
The games that I play, you know, those ones that pop up on the sidebar sometimes, those hentai games.
Yeah.
Ryan, your face. You're like really trying to keep it straight.
Because my first reaction was, been there, but not to.
Fuck.
Way ahead of you.
Try not to.
Hey,
Just
Brian's
built
like
this fucking PC
colors.
for those games strictly.
I'm like, I like playing some match 3 hentai games. In the free time.
We're gonna get an email from Paige, your press manager, be like, "Hey, what'd you guys talk about?"
No, so
great,
Jake
we
has
talked so
hemorrhoids
much.
and he plays hentai games.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we
it's up
talked
on
about
Monday,
the new
check it out.
music, and it seems great. But listen,
Like I got like 3 music questions in the pipeline, but I'm like, let's just ride this one out. Let's see where this one goes. It's
If
a
you
loose
ride it
Friday
out-
night. Yeah.
With
If
me
we
and
ride out, we
Bassie,
get
it goes forever. It will literally go.
And we can go wherever the tangents lead. We'll
How
end
do
up
you-
somewhere
did you
that we
guys?
don't even think we'll get there.
How I
Sorry.
was about to say, it's okay. You guys are also Swifties, or somebody, one individual is Swiftie.
Swifty.
Who's the Swifty?
I mean, we all appreciate the Swift. That's for sure.
She's a ledge. I would be Taylor Swift. I would re-record my own song so I can make more of the money.
If
Absolutely.
you think about it, on the lyrical level and like a base level of music, all her songs are pop punk songs.
Yep.
They're all
Correct.
just
That's
like
what I've
about
heard,
heartbreak.
yeah.
That's basically what emo and pop punk songs are.
Correct.
Pop punk songs.
Pop stonks.
I like Taylor Swift songs.
Can't fucking speak anymore.
Have you had a couple beers, mate?
Yeah, gotta go away.
We gotta go away.
It's a 3-year-old's birthday. You gotta have a beer.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do? The 3-year-old's
1.9
gonna
over
try
here.
to hit you or cut you at this point. You have to be ready.
I was in the backyard before digging up holes so he could find worms.
What?
Simple kid. Why'd you get him a skateboard?
We're just putting it in the back of his
Simple kid.
trike. He has like a little boot, and he was just filling up the boot with worms. I'm just like, now his backyard has holes in it.
Does this kid have toys? Maybe you should have just gotten him a normal ass toy.
He's got plenty of toys. He's got like fucking.
You got him a
boxes full of
basketball ring
cars.
last year.
Why did I get in that? I couldn't even remember.
Yeah, the plastic one.
Yeah, he still plays with that.
See, you don't need to get him gifts. He'll entertain himself. I
One
knew
gift.
someone that got it was like 1 or 2, and he got just a bag for a present. Just a plastic bag.
A bag
Oh my God.
Coles. Oh, yeah, a bag. $300 bag for an infant. Bassie, get your head out of the gutter.
About that far down in this beer.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Going
so sorry,
back,
guys.
No, you're. This
Oh
is
yeah, going
perfect.
back to
Great.
music.
Going
Yeah,
back to
sure.
music.
Yeah, crazy music things here.
So because I mean, whenever we have like bands over in the US, they're always like very surprised at how big it is. But knowing that like you guys are like a 10-hour drive apart from one another in Sydney and Melbourne, like what is touring in Australia like? Like, do you hit up like a bunch of cities along the way? And I assume like one of the reasons why you take out the same bands is like maybe just like the routing and the tour, all that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, there's only. Sorry, you can take this one, Bess.
Unless you're like a pretty decent sized band, like a lot bigger than us, you're probably only going to play the main cities on a
Like
tour.
you'll do maybe 2 shows in each city.
Yeah.
Melbourne to Sydney to Brisbane to.
There's no real like B markets in Australia. It's only like an A market. Like your B market is going to Perth and going to Tasmania and the Northern
We haven't
Territory.
been to Perth since 2017.
It's cheaper for us to book a tour and fly to the US than it is to really go and play a one-off show in Perth.
Oh, wow.
Well, not
Wow.
really cheaper, but like it's way more worth it for us.
Yeah, because
to do that.
it's like going to be the most expensive one to get to in
It's-
Oz,
it's
and
probably
then
gonna
it's
be
going to have the
400.
least turnout.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
going to be about $500 each return, plus van hire because we're not going to drive a van.
Yeah.
Oh, you might cut out.
Drive 20 hours.
There we go. Yeah, you're back. You might cut out again. What's
Oh,
happened? Too many bags.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's really only the East Coast which is like gets them part of touring, and then maybe Adelaide, and then the rest probably not going to get that much shows. And then
Yeah, unless you're like Trophy Eyes or something. They did like a massive rural tour, I think,
Yeah.
and
Or
they were
like
like,
Pilot
yeah, sure, we could
Soho.
do it. Doesn't mean people are going to come.
Yeah.
exactly. Like we want to
Watch us on tour, please.
we want to do like a fucking big tour, but it's just like we don't know if people come and we don't know if it'll be worth it. Like, I mean, obviously, if I lived in a small town and any band was going, I'd probably go to the show, but we don't. It's like a big risk to take when our main markets are overseas at the moment. So.
We can't even get there.
But
Pretty
it is.
cool.
We are driving most of the time. We haven't really flown a tour in Australia yet. We drive every tour, so by the time we finish a show, we're pretty much driving through the night to make it to the next show.
Jeez.
Unless we have a,
It doesn't get better. Kids don't get in bands. It never gets any better.
we'll like arrive at the venue like at when soundcheck opens, and then we'll set up, and then we'll go and get dinner, maybe have like a little nap, and then just get back on the beers. And whoever's driving is sleeping still.
There you go. Switching it off. And now, how is it though that you guys like for you to kind of be bigger in like the United States and in other markets rather than your own like home turf? Because I know here in like the States, usually if you're big here, you're big here. But it's also like equally harder for them to possibly even break into UK markets or like any other markets, vice versa. So how has that been for you guys to navigate?
UK loves us. I think because they're so bogan like Aussies. Really, it's the same kind of. They appreciate the same kind of vibe that Aussies do.
I feel
We're
like
a rowdy band.
Yeah, I feel like in Australia, there's a certain type of music that is way more popular than what we play. Like there's like Australian punk and rock that is like really big in Australia, but like it's not really that big outside of Australia. It's kind of like Midwest emo, but Australian vibe.
Okay.
But then like with us, like there's such a big market for pop punk and alternative rock in the States, and in the UK, they just love good music. So if you're putting out good music, but it might not be what Australians really care about at the time, you probably won't get that big, especially if you're not getting like radio play or whatever. But that, like with the US, especially being signed to Hopeless, the exposure for us over there was way bigger. So we were able to like build a bit stronger fan base in America. And it wasn't until now when with this record, we've done like a lot of PR in our own home country. We've increased like our listenership by like 50% in just this
Yeah, we
campaign.
just found out this year
wow.
that there was no PR done for the first record. And we're like, fuck it, useless.
Oh my God.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's been a hilarious like whirlwind and also disheartening a little bit like in this rollout of this record. Not disheartening in like what we've seen in like people getting to know more about us or whatever. It's just like, oh, this didn't happen the last time we tried to put out a record, and we still were able to achieve what we have, which is pretty nice that people stuck around as well.
So let me ask you,
Real G's.
Real Juice. Let me ask you about a band that is one of my favorite bands of all time. That is from
Oh
Australia,
my God.
Oh, here we go.
Silverchair.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
They were a band that like nobody knew when I was in high school. Dude, Straight Lines is a fucking bop, and I will not take questions. It's a
Did you-
fucking
I
bop.
only just realized how good that song is the other
Did
day.
you listen to them before that album?
Yeah,
At all?
so
Or have you gone back and listened to the old stuff?
I started listening to them in high school, which for me
Yeah.
was 100 years ago.
Way back when.
So when
Yeah,
they
like-
were putting out Frog Stomp and stuff, that's when you found out.
It was right after Neon Ballroom and right before Diorama. So I was mostly listening to Neon Ballroom, and then of course went back and listened to Frog Stomp and Freak Show. And I was just like, yeah, grunge rock, alternative rock, this is my shit. And then they put out Diorama, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
I still haven't listened to those albums. I don't know
The
why.
crazy
Maybe I'll
thing-
listen to it today.
about like being in Australia and trying to like make it in music, right? Like you always hear, like when I was growing up, you always hear about bands like coming straight out of high school, 16, 17, 18 and going straight on the road. And in Australia, that was like really not a thing. Like you have to be like early 20s or whatever. And then when I found out about Silverchair and the cunt was 14 when he was writing those songs, I was just like, holy shit. Look crazy. Like that.
Like,
that
how are
kind
you
of-
so
I'm
profound?
31
So
and I
young.
still can't write a song half as good as
Yeah.
that.
It also, I will acknowledge now as I'm, farther away from it, it's like, it sounds like a 14-year-old wrote it. It's good music, but like, there's a certain part of me that was like so attached to it in high school because I was in high school. Like now that I'm an
Both
adult,
personalities.
like,
Like me.
The nostalgia factor of everything is like what brings you back to music.
Exactly.
I'm sure if I listen, if Dude Ranch came out now, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I do.
See, I was never a big Blink fan, so I am.
All right, I'm out.
Ausie's
See you. This
gone, yeah.
podcast.
All right. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
I'm a Blink fan. I save it for both of us.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. It's just like that was not my vibe in high school. So when everybody was listening to Dude Ranch, I was like, I don't really feel this in the same way. I'm actually listening to more Blink
You are not
now than I
feeling
ever
this?
have. Correct.
Hey, that's a good
Correct.
one.
I wasn't down. I don't.
You weren't done with the
miss
clown
you.
either. I know. You were really fucking up in high school, is what I'm hearing.
It's funny. At my high school, it was left field in my high school to listen to Blink. Like everyone was listening to like I don't know Arctic Monkeys or like indie pop coming out of the
big
UK.
Tumblr era.
Yeah, and like I was in love with Blink, and only one of my other friends liked Blink, so we would hang out at each other's house every other weekend and just play Blink riffs in his bungalow.
Was it you that practiced the whole set, like that knew the whole set with the jokes?
So yeah, we basically
Oh
learned
my
my
God.
Tom and
Hell
Travis show like just like front to back, and like we would just sit in his bedroom, and because like I'd learned a little bit of guitar by that point, it was easy to just like pick it up because it's like not difficult music that they wrote, so it's just like we would just learn the songs and like try and figure them out every day that we were hanging out there.
Then you'd
Well,
after
tell
song,
all
like,
the
you
jokes.
can't suck my cock.
I just sit in now when I'm just sitting in my car and listening to it, I just say all the jokes in between. I'm like laughing to myself.
You fucking
it's,
asshole.
It's probably their best record in my opinion. That live record.
Wow, big call.
I was about to say that's a statement. Granted, at least you didn't say like any of their newer albums are like their best record.
Oh, I wouldn't say they're not bad. It's just not Blink in my mind.
It's not like OG Blink.
Yeah.
It's
Blink
it's
gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Exactly.
can't believe that you would gatekeep.
I think it's
Blink
valid.
If you
182.
think Buddha's their best album, then get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I was listening to a podcast and they said Cheshire Cat is the best Blink record, and I'm like, this again. It sounds like a 14-year-old wrote it. It doesn't
There's supposed
sound
to be a
good.
fight thrown down between.
I don't understand. Like,
goes down.
I get it because of nostalgic value or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, you can't like objectively say that those records are their
No.
best work.
That's just like someone going, I was there from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
It's
what's
like
their
someone
best.
coming up and saying Cavalier is the best song you'll ever write, and we're just like, are you fucking serious? We just wrote
Yeah,
like
it's
an album,
garbage.
fucking singles. Garbage, man.
You know,
Garbage.
I was walking down the street the other day and somebody came up to me and they said, you know, this is the best song I've ever heard. It's garbage. And that's your
Sounds like a Jerry
stand-up.
Seinfeld joke, mate.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
man.
There you go.
Have
You
we
got it for your
lived
set
long
now.
enough to become the villain that is Jerry Seinfeld stand up?
It's out of control. I can't believe it.
You know, I feel bad, but one of my friends, she started getting into comedy. I don't know why, but she did. And she's like, I love Jerry
She's not
Seinfeld.
funny.
I love Jerry Seinfeld. I'm
Oh.
like, yo, bestie, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I gotta tell you this.
Damn.
How'd she do?
I mean, okay.
It's like
You said-
I ate a bag of chips the other day. Don't you hate it when they like fill half the bag of
When you
chips with
open
air?
the bag and then half the bag's empty, what happened to the rest of the bag? No, Jerry, shut up.
Would you rather a friend ask you to help them move or come to their comedy /
Oh,
improv
God.
show?
Help me move.
I'd go comedy.
If it's their first one, help me move. If it's their first one, I don't want to be the one going.
Yeah.
Depends who it is. Like if
That
you
was
ask
shit.
me, I'd front row that shit just so you can watch my face as you pie certain jokes.
Unless they offer me their rider, then I'll come.
Yeah.
If I get fucking.
That'd be fun though.
How awkward would it be if I said to you, "Hey, come to this open mic and I'm doing tonight and tell me how I go. I've got a couple of jokes up my sleeve," and then I just look at you in the front way, and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is the
Just
worst."
look at you going,
He's
You're
just
like, I
in
have
the-
to
in
be
the-
supportive. I have to be
in your-
supporting. You're like, I literally cannot. I'm so sorry.
"Oh, shit."
I think that's the hard part about getting into comedy. Like you have to understand that you are going to suck like
Yeah.
for a long time before you actually start getting good.
That's
It's like
why
with,
when we play
like,
shows,
body weight training or anything, like you're gonna suck at the start, like any sport, any new skill.
I reckon we'd be fine at stand up because when we do it at shows, we've had heaps of practice, you know.
But the good thing about shows is when the jokes are going bad, and they always go bad, there's always like a point where we're like, we have to fucking get out of this situation. We can play a song.
Play a song, yeah, true.
Yeah,
And they
anyway,
pay-
guys,
they
paid to
Wonderwall,
see
no
you.
worries.
They've paid to see you, so
Yeah.
but if you go to like an
Open
open
mic
mic night, you have to like people are like, well, make me laugh,
Yeah,
impress me.
exactly. I paid to be here.
2 beer minimum.
beers to be here or whatever.
I mean, the only thing you could do is like maybe, okay, you want a joke? I'm just gonna bully the audience now and hope that goes well for me.
That goes so bad though. It's like so sad to watch.
I feel like unless you're good, you don't really have any legs to stand on in regards to like you paid to come see my show. I'm gonna lay into you now. If you're like open your first night, you just go, "Fuck, you're all cunts. I hate you. Bye."
Oh, I suck? No, you suck, and here's why. Thanks for coming, everybody. That's my time. See you.
I've been to like improv shows where like there's a local one that like my parents go to sometimes, and I'll be home and they're like, all right, let's go. I'm like, all right, whatever. And like these comedians will be like, oh, I'm the one who leads like the improv like classes that they have, and they're just like picking on like the drunk people in the front row. They're like, oh, you look like you have another glass of wine. I'm like, wow, really original. Original.
I couldn't go to an improv group though. I don't think I could see that. I think that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I went to see an old friend do improv, and I will say the show was good. They were not. So it was like, oh well.
Hey,
damn.
I got an idea. Next US tour.
Yeah.
We challenge ourselves every time we have a show in the city that has an open mic night before or after the set. We have to go and do like 5 minutes and like every time we're in a different city. I think it would be fucking hilarious just for us to do it. Like we're in there, no, we're gonna be fucking out of that town in the next 2 hours. Let's just go to an open mic night and just sign up for it.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
We're harvesting content. We're just
We're
gotta
harvesting
get the
all the
content.
content.
Yeah,
Could you
exactly.
imagine having any of your fans like follow through afterwards? Like they're saying there, and you're like, yes, everything is so funny what they say, and everyone's like, no, these guys are fucking
just bring
dogs.
everyone.
Just get up on stage, like, hey, I play in this band. We just played this show, and all these fucking losers just down the street.
We'd have no. I don't think every show that's
No,
too hard.
like every time that there's an open mic night in our range of driving, like it's like on the show night or whatever, or like imagine on a day off, we just get the whole crew to come down and we're just at this open mic.
We have the whole tour package just sitting there
and then we're just like shooting a doco, like just shooting like as we normally do every tour. We just shoot content. We're just harvesting content.
Harvesting content.
The
That makes
next,
me
the
feel
next
like,
meeting, the next marketing meeting you have with Hopeless or whoever you're working with PR and marketing for this time, you're gonna be like, "Hey guys, we're gonna harvest content now. I don't want to hear anything about creating. I want harvesting only."
We do not post it. We only harvest. We take it in. We do not give it out.
We hoe it down.
That sounds familiar. Sounds like a familiar business model.
We're actually starting a company called Harvest Media. We just like shoot content and people just put it up online.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I've done for a while now.
Professional harvester, what's up?
Yeah,
Can you guys hear those dogs barking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. It's obnoxious.
Sorry,
it's fine. They're animals. They don't know.
I'll just keep going on mute
Yeah.
while it's happening.
They're adorable. You are coming to you're not coming to the US in 2022, or at least you haven't said
Gone
anything
that
about
far
it.
because you guys still
We
have
haven't
really
said
strict-
anything about it yet.
Oh,
Well,
well,
I mean,
guys, be
don't
on the
now.
lookout for it.
Don't say
Hopefully,
it
we
now.
can announce it in the next month.
Next 5 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Exclusive.
Hold me back.
No, hold me back.
Had to leak it.
Hey, we're going to come to America sometime in the future, even though we're from the future.
Got it.
Jesus Christ. You already know.
Early next year.
Ooh.
Can't say that. It's not to be leaked.
The months rhyme with.
I mean, don't worry. It's out.
All right, go beat me for about 5 seconds.
All right. It only beeps on mine, by the way. It won't beep on yours.
Nah.
So you'll be
How
saying
do
it
I beep?
under a tone.
You have to do it.
Anyway,
Remember
yeah.
Ace Ventura?
Well, hoping
Number
everything
one.
goes well. We're coming,
yeah,
we're
sick.
coming early next year.
Not so good.
Sorry,
Oh,
Ace Ventura number 1.
That's
Go
fine.
on.
I don't
Let's
wanna
go.
hear
Let's go to movies. Let's go to movies. I love Ace Ventura.
it. The self-censor that he does when he's out on the balcony.
Can you feel that, honey? I have exercised the day. This house is clear.
Fucking up.
I love that movie.
I love that man.
I love
been a
Jim
long
Carrey's
time.
comedy. It's fucking so good. All his acting is so good. All of our fucking all of our jokes are just Jim Carrey jokes. We
Yeah,
just
Jim
try
Carrey,
to be
yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Listen, be
Oh,
the Jim
gosh.
Carrey that Jerry
You wanna
Seinfeld
see-
probably wanted to be.
I was about to say, be the Jim Carrey you want to see in the world. I'm like, how do you even do that?
Be the Jim Carrey that Jim Carrey hates. Is that what we're saying?
I
Oh my
guess.
God.
Like, yeah, he doesn't want to do any of that shit anymore. I remember when he was in Kick-Ass 2, he was like doing press for it, and then he's like, yeah, I just don't think that like putting this violence in movies is like a really good thing. And it's like,
You just recorded the whole thing.
The
Dude,
movie's
you
already
just
made.
did this. You just got paid for this.
I don't think it's a good thing, but I'll get paid $6 million.
Yeah, you're doing a press
Yeah.
tour for it. Like,
Jeez.
I don't know.
I'd cop that. Where's it? If there was a sellout button, I would press it in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'd be in fun with Dick and Jane, that's for sure. It's a good movie.
That one's fine.
we
Yeah,
watch
that
that
one's
the
actually
other
pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, watched it after we shot the video.
That's right.
Oh, we have a new song coming out, by the way. We shot a video clip for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
Hell
Oh yeah,
yeah.
music stuff.
I'm
Hopefully
seeing that like
comes out well.
because Australia's been on such strict lockdowns. Like, what was it like making a video? Like, how did you?
Well, it was
I
fine.
don't know.
It's fine now. It was kind of impossible beforehand because we're all in different states.
Yeah, that's why we didn't really release like a proper video with us in it for the last videos except Supervillain, because just after Supervillain was shot, we went back into a lockdown, like a full states were our 2 states were locked down, and then Butterflies we ended up getting shot in Canada just with like 2 dancers and like a friend who was shooting over there, which turned out way sicker than we thought it would turn out, or we thought it could turn out, and then Deadbeat was just like a last minute thing. We just needed to put it together because we couldn't get together. It wasn't even supposed to be a single, and then we couldn't get together to shoot a video for Butterflies. So we're like, let's just put it out as a single because
Yeah, we'll put it
that
out
we
as
can
a
put a
single.
lyric video with, and it sounds sick. So let's just do that.
But for this one, like I was watching the draft of it last night, and I was like, "Fuck, we look hot as." We look hot as, and I was
It's
like,
probably the hottest we've ever looked.
because you look back at every other video we've done. Supervillain was in jail suits. Fucking Famous was disgusting.
Just a full
Whatever
rig.
we're wearing. We haven't dressed up normally since 2017 in a music video.
I doubt we even dressed up normally at that point.
I was
No, we
about
did,
to
but
say,
that's what
are
we
you
thought was good.
are you like dressed up, like suit and tie dressed up, or are you like
Just,
just
like,
like you know how
smart
to dress
cash.
yourself?
Yeah, just like smart cash.
Okay.
Good smart
No,
cash.
I look like an addict, but
You guys,
a hot
you guys
addict.
ever heard of a band called Cold Chisel? It's like this is Australian Ocker rock and roll band. Look up Cold Chisel, and the lead singer of that band is what JT really looks like in his heyday. Looks
Wait,
like
from
in this band.
what year? I typed in
What
Cold
year?
Chisel. It just came out
Oh.
with tools.
There's the phases of it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saying I look like Barnsey?
Yeah,
Australian
Back
pub
in the
rock
day.
band.
or like Rose Tattoo. Try Rose Tattoo. That's another sick Australian band.
Rose tattoo. That's not going to come up with anything in images.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a whole ass rose tattoo.
Rose Tattoo Australian band. Write that. There you go.
Okay. Rose tattoo.
Be playing at home.
These
Check it
guys
out on
look
your-
very
Oh my
80s.
gosh.
Very 80s.
This is not what we look like.
That's what you look like. You look like the main guy.
It's just you, actually. I don't know if you were aware, my guy, but
So it's just an 80s music video.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yikes.
gosh.
Here's Duran Duran.
No, it's cool. It's a cool video. It's the first video that we've actually been in where we haven't actually written like a script for or anything.
Usually
Apart
there's
from, like,
like
the last ones.
storylines or like acting, whatever. And I
Even
think,
like for all of our videos except for the first one, which was Trees, up until this record cycle, we've always written like a script-ish, a treatment for it as a band. So it's cool to just leave it in the director's hands for once.
we've never done just like a performance only thingy, and it was so sick because we could just like we started at midday, finished at 10 p.m. but just like drinking beers for 10 hours, and the drunker I got, the easier it was to just lip sync the song. It was fantastic.
It's like loosen up, and then in the time we're like, yeah, fine.
That's a diminishing return situation where it's like this video's looking awesome, but the more awesome I think it is, the worse it actually is.
I mean, it looked even better every time we went back to the screen to
Yeah.
like, rewatch what we just shot. We're like, this looks fucking sick.
Yeah,
And we're
it's-
just like cross-eyed looking into
So
it.
good. You were the biggest band in the world. This song is huge. Everybody loves. Everybody loves the song.
That's basically what happens with me and Bassie every time we get together and just have a few beers and get drunk. We listen to our own music. Wait, why are we massive?
What?
like really big energy. We're not the biggest band in the fucking world. Why aren't we the Veronicas actually? Why aren't we as big as the Veronicas?
Fuck, you know Veronica's. That's fucking awesome.
Oh,
I
we
love
love the Veronicas.
I thought they weren't that big outside of Australia.
I mean,
They
We should
actually,
bring- why don't we just bring them on
played,
tour?
Yeah, just go on tour with them. I feel like they'd be a powerhouse here, at
Bruh.
least in the U.S. Like, I
We'll
think
be
we'd get
there.
everybody. My ass would be right there.
Fuck.
I'd be
Good
bullying
idea.
you, doing stand up before your set, and I'd be like, "Where the rock?"
So
When we play on
anyone,
tour-
ever had hemorrhoids?
When we do a headliner in the US, we bring fucking Veronica's. We're gonna at least ask them if they want to come.
That'd be sick as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hit
They
up Veronica,
played,
see what she says.
They played
Which
one
one?
of the
Veronica want Mars.
they played one of the gay pride fests here, like I think like a year
Oh,
or
wow.
two ago. So like,
Okay.
listen,
No, they're bigger than us. Fuck, we can't bring them.
They've already played a festival.
They played a festival in the US. They're bigger than us.
We'll have to hit them up and go, hey, if you guys are going on a tour, just bring by him.
Yeah,
That's not going to work.
No,
I'm gonna tweet. I'll tweet
you
it
never
right
know.
now.
Yeah. Before we, there it is.
Sorry.
Before we wrap up the interview portion of this, and we're gonna hang out on Twitch. I see there's a couple questions in the chat, so we will talk with everybody over in the chat on Twitch. Before we go, where can everybody find you online? Where can everybody find the single when it comes out? All that good stuff.
where can they buy the album?
Where can they pay you money?
To find
Fire.
me,
Oh, nah, don't listen to him. Buy him
find
Oz.
me. That's where I am on Instagram.
Here we go. I'll get mine up too. Mine's way better. Yeah, you can find me. I need way more
you're on-
followers, so please just give me way more followers. I
There's
want
the band one. Read everything in backwards. Everybody.
everything, all socials, the same name for
Why
all
is
of
it-
us.
Why is it fucking? Come on, where's the
No.
focus?
How much you pay for
Where's
that
the-
camera, man?
Oh, too much. It doesn't. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where's the focus?
Can you read it?
Tap the screen. Yeah, byamoz.com, BYAM or AUS.com. We'll get you the pre-order links in every territory.
Merch.
Merch, tickets, all
Blah,
online.
blah, blah.
Stay tuned on on there or on any of our socials to get updates regarding international touring. But Australian tour tickets are on sale right now, so come hang out at a show in February. It's gonna be fucking wild.
Good promo.
Oh yeah, you did it.
Good stuff.
Well, thank you both for being here on the podcast with us. This is an absolute blast. Your first Australian interview, so
Yeah.
it's
fuck
been
yeah.
an
Hell yeah.
absolute great time. I hope that in the redacted dates of when you're in America, we can come and see you and hang in person.
Yes.
I hope we can just get smash some
We'll
deep
find-
dish and have some good old.
We'll
Let's
we'll
go
take you
do,
to an
like,
open night. You know,
Karaoke.
Gino's East,
True.
I think it was. They used to have where you can order deep dish, and they would have a comedy stand up thing too. So listen,
The
I-
combination.
Two birds with
I
one
already-
stone.
I already don't want to do it, but if we're there and you tell me that I'm going on stage, I'll try my best. And it's
All
going to
right.
be bad, but I'll
right.
try my best.
Look,
You have a couple jokes prepared. You got so much time though. to prepare.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Let us who?
let us
in.
out of here.
Listen, all these people are gonna be like, "What's that accent?" That they're not gonna give a shit.
Oh,
Yeah, true. No, exotic.
yeah. Americans
exactly.
are like, ooh.
I was like, I'm hot because of my voice.
So I was flying this kangaroo the other day.
Oh yeah, I fucking ran. He's got no agility on me. I fucking was chinned him under fucking with his
And
piece
then
of his.
the kangaroo had hemorrhoids. How was I
Cut me,
to know?
you cut me into parts and pieces.
One leg went that way.
and
the
my
other
head went that way. Oh, if you guys want to watch a funny Australian TV commercial, look up HBA insurance commercial. It's like this
Insurance
it's like this 90s. It's this 90s ad, and this kid talking about health insurance and how a crocodile came out of the bath hole and chomped him in half.
Oh, well,
Fucking hilarious.
Jeez.
terrible.
that way. I was that kid.
Thank you for having us, guys. It
Yeah,
means a lot
absolutely.
that people
We will,
care about our band a little bit.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that care about your band, apparently, because a lot of them have been in chat. So we're going to go over
Hell
there. But thank you guys for being on the podcast.
Yeah,
Hell
thanks,
yeah.
guys.